Well, we're back on the road again. So this past Sunday's sermon was from the 9th chapter of John. It's about a man being born blind and Jesus healing. And then there's a lot of the post-healing discussion about if this man was really the man who was born blind and so forth. But the whole story begins and sort of hinges on the question the disciples asked Jesus. At the very beginning, they ask him this question: who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Because in that world and in that day, and let's not be hypercritical of it, but let's acknowledge it. In that world, in that day, if there was a deformity, well, the deformity had to be because of some sin. That's the only explanation that they had. They didn't know about DNA. They didn't know about germs. They just didn't know about a lot of things. And so sin was the default reason why everything happened. Well, if people got blindness from their parents' sin, then King David's children should have all been blind. So that is not true. And then how can you sin yourself as an embryo or in the mother's womb? Well, there were people, believe it or not, who in that day believed that you could sin somehow and offend God in your mother's womb. But Jesus says, he rejects that idea. He says, no, you guys are all wrong. That's not what's going on here. And I want you to read the rest of the story to see how Jesus responds. Because ultimately, while the disciples and the Pharisees and the other people used this person's blindness as a case study, Jesus didn't see this person as a research fellow. Jesus saw this man for what he was, a man struggling and suffering. And so Jesus comes to him with compassion. And so maybe that's what we should do in the world. Instead of worrying about why there are poor people, let's just work to get rid of poverty. Let's just try to solve somebody's issues and help somebody get out of poverty. Instead of looking for reasons why things are the way they are, why don't we just always offer that Jesus compassion? Have a good Monday.